You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Oh, Travis Hunter experience. Yeah, I'm going to can I brand that? For some reason, that's what I'm saying.
You got no shot.
No?
No.
Can't do that.
You probably already own
trademark. I kind of like it, though. It is. It's like you're on a ride. And there it is, the jersey on top of the jersey, and working with the D and working with the offense, and that's what he has now at practice. We talked about it a little bit yesterday with Liv when she came on the show, and that was, to me, pretty significant. That started Friday night at the scrimmage, and now here we go. This is what it's going to look like. More Travis Hunter talk here in Jacksonville. It can't, it won't stop, and that's okay. The Jags back at work right now. I was trying to get, it's like a good practice day. They got I think some goal line stuff and 2-minute stuff. And I'm really interested now how hard they're practicing today and tomorrow, because I think that will lend to whether they play on Saturday. And I'm not out there right now, but we'll see some of it a little bit later. It's pretty obvious I'm not out there right now. I'm here. But I was out there for a little bit. And Travis Hunter part of it. Now, the other thing, I don't want to get you too excited. All right, let's get you excited. My goodness, that was a beautiful pass from Trevor Lawrence to Parker Washington, right down the middle of the field. I mean, had to go for about 55 or something. Just beautiful. And right in between Dewey and Tyson. And I'm not sure they had bad coverage. It was on the far field, so from our angle, I was like, how did he get that in there? I was next to JP Shattuck. Like, whoa, how did he do that? How did he catch that? And it wasn't like an acrobatic catch. It was like a catch that got through both guys, at least from our angle. There might have been a little more separation than we can see. My depth perception is not as good as it used to be. But anyway, I think that's what's really interesting here, and we're going to probably talk a lot about Parker Washington as this weekend unfolds. If the Jags starters don't play a lot, I assume Parker will play a decent amount. Mm-hmm. He's had a really nice camp. I like him as a football player because he's made plays. Now, he's also had some mistakes, but he's made plays in a Jags uniform. Like, you can see it. And it's not all the time there. It's not like he's like, oh, wow. But at times it's been, oh, wow. And I think he is flying under the radar a bit, and why not? He should be, with De'Ami Brown and Brian Thomas Jr. Brian Thomas out with an illness today, wasn't at practice, and then also Travis Hunter. So he should fly under the radar. But the point is, you can get some big plays out of Parker. I mean, if you remember some of the touchdown catches, back of the end zone stuff, he'll go up and get it now. Mm-hmm. And what I'm interested in all the time when you get a guy coming out of college, I think he was a 6th-round pick out of Penn State, and the fan base loved it. And really the rest of the National Football League, if you go back to that draft time, they loved it. They're like, that's a sleepy good pick by the Jags. Like, they thought he was better than a 6th-rounder. I think it was 6th round. But they thought he was better than that. And they're like, that's a good pick. People like that. And that doesn't mean people are always right. But you do see some of it in him. And he's a good pro. He's learned from good guys and Christian Kirk, and he would have been around for Marvin Jones, I believe, too, right? So, I think, maybe he wasn't around for Marvin Jones. Is this year 3 for Parker?
This is 3.
3? Yeah, so he wasn't around for Marvin. But anyway, Christian Kirk's enough, to be honest with you. Evan Ingram, Kirk, those guys he's learned, and he has that pro feel to him. And he's been making plays. And then, listen, Brian was out, so he runs a little in route, about 20 yards out. Boom, another one. I mean, he's open, he's catching it, he's making plays. That's practice. But we have seen him do it in games. So, that's not Brent getting overly excited about a guy making plays in practice. We have seen him do it in games. And, by the way, Trevor just continues to throw the ball, I think, pretty well. He just looks so comfortable. I'm going to give a little credit to Hick the other day. We were doing an Action Sports Jax primetime. I didn't notice this as much, and this will be something to keep an eye on. But He thought, coming out of the scrimmage, what was interesting, and when he said it, I was like, oh, yeah, that kind of does. I saw that, too, now. I didn't see it in, real time as much. But there's a lot less bouncing around from Trevor, and more like what you would call flat-footed. It's not flat-footed, but it just feels like he's more in place, right? He's more stabilized. His feet are on the ground.
Yeah.
So a lot less And I don't know how true that is. I haven't had a chance yet I wasn't there for Liam yesterday or Trevor. And really, might be something I asked kind of off the record or whatever in the production meeting Friday. But I just think I thought it was a decent observation, and I kind of now I'm looking at it, and it just looks so calm. It really does. Now, is that because it's practice? It looks calm, or is that part of whatever this remake of sorts is, where now it's, I would think just from a baseball standpoint, let's say, right? Like if you're a batter, or I think this works with batting more than pitching, although it would seem like throwing the ball, it would work with pitching as much. I think it works more with the batter. When you have a batter and you're hitting and you got a lot of movement before, and a lot of guys do that, right? They get a lot of movement. And usually every good hitter ends up in the same spot anyway, eventually.
Right.
But if you have a lot of movement, it might be tougher to get there. And it might be more inconsistent to get there. And think about Scotty Scheffler, the golfer, all the movement he has with his feet and stuff. It's amazing. He strikes the ball as well as he does because he's got all that damn movement. Like, that's why we can't compute it. So I would say the same. Maybe this is something. If it is something, we might just be making something out of nothing. But if it is something with Trevor, then he's just more like got a base, right? He's connected to the ground, all those kind of stuff that you talk about. And it's more consistent. You get back there and then boom. And he's tall enough where it's not like he's got to get on. He's not going to jump up and down to see over the line of scrimmage or anything like that. I can see the rhythm of a quarterback, no doubt. I get why people do it. But it seems like that part is really slowed down, that rhythm. Instead, it's just boom, 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 go. I got to dive into that a little bit more to know. I just don't know that stuff. I have no idea. Our eyes might be lying. Hick might be dead wrong. Like, I have no idea. But it's like, I think this is what we took away Friday night. You were there for a little bit. I think the thing about Trevor that I look at right now is it's almost like calming to watch. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's a pretty good thing.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like it's, go back, and please don't take this out of context, but this is what comes to my mind. Go back to watch Tom Brady play football. And when you watch Brady play football, there were times when it looked like the play had stopped. Like he was just there. Now, some of that's protection.
Right.
But he wasn't going anywhere either. Like, it didn't matter for Brady, right? It's not like he was going to take off and run. But I mean, those times, like you really can, in my mind, I can see an image of him just like, boom.
Yeah, he's like loading up, but he's waiting.
And he's just there.
Yeah,
it's not like, you see the other quarterbacks bounce around, like all that stuff, going through their progressions. Now, listen, that's a different conversation, progressions and all that, and Trevor has to get there, of course. But it just looks more calming to me right now with Trevor. And that's a little bit surprising considering this is a new offense. It's an intricate offense. He's working on fundamentals. Like you could see him being a little bit more sped up and not calm, right? Yeah. And I don't see that right now. Again, naked eye, not a more novice eye for sure when it comes to that stuff. But it just does look a little bit more calming is the word I would use.
Yeah, I think, a lot has been made about the change in footwork from both Liam and him. We've talked about it plenty of times. It looks a little different. However, I do remember thinking at times during last training camp, kind of a similar thing of he looks pretty calm and he looks, like in step and comfortable. And it looks around the same from a footwork standpoint and that aspect of movement before he's getting rid of the football from this year to last. So that makes me think maybe this is, knowing that there's no shot that you get hit changes even the smallest things in our footwork. Knowing that, there's not really a whole lot of escaping the play and anything like that. Like, you're in your red jersey for a reason.
Yeah, I get that.
So,
I get that.
I think it won't take us long to figure out, though. I mean, if he plays in the preseason, he talked yesterday about, look, I want to play a team where I can get hit. Not as in, like, I want to get hit, but everything changes when there's someone coming at you and they know they can hit you.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. And that could change. And that's why I don't know if we're just saying what we think, right? I mean, that's what we do. We got 3 hours to do that. But I am couching this with I don't know exactly if we're onto something or not, or if it just looks different or what, anything. We'll see. I believe Trevor will have his best year this year. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, I think he's primed for it. There are a lot of indications for it because, one, he's got weapons. I think the energy around that offense is going to be better. I think the coaching is ramped up. And I think the scheme will help him. And all you really have to do, and I'll continue to say this, I don't think I said this on the air. I think I said it to somebody else yesterday, the other day. If you look at Liam Cohen, he has had success with quarterbacks. It's not just Baker Mayfield. We're in the rear view on Baker Mayfield. It's not just him. It's Will Levis and obviously Matthew Stafford. I'm not sure how much you impact him or not because he's such a good player. But if you go back to his days at Brown, UMass, whatever, Rhode Island, like those kind of places, those guys had like their best year. Like he got a guy from Brown to the NFL, like working a workout. With all due respect, that doesn't happen a lot, right? So there's a history here where whatever your ceiling is, he starts to hammer away at it and gets it. Can he do that with Trevor? That's the real key. Daniel says Kurt Warner said that the bouncing costs you time and accuracy. Yeah, I would. That makes sense. And by the way, I don't necessarily look at Trevor as like a bouncy quarterback anyway. I'm not really sure he was. It just looks more quiet than it did. I don't think like I look at a guy like I think Jameis Winston. He looks bouncy to me. In my mind, he is. I'd have to go back and watch. But there's a lot of maybe it's just his training videos. I don't know. But there's a little bit of that. So, again, I am not a QB guru, and I'm not trying to be one. It's just some observations. And the word that comes to mind, 2 words, quiet and calm. That would actually be 3 words. But the 2 big words are quiet, calm. So quiet and calm for me. Watching Trevor right now. What do we got? We got Austen coming in. Did you get that text?
Yep.
Trying to throw us for a loop, man, right at the top of the show. Not Austen.
For 15 minutes, man.
Just Liv.
What's up? How we doing?
Oh, look, see, he's mad that he's been standing there and waiting. Hey, blame it on your photographer.
I've been in the lobby for 15 minutes. How is it her fault?
Because she didn't tell us?
You can't see if I'm in the lobby or not? Since when can't you see if I joined Ninja? Talking to the producer.
He has no idea how it works, Hamby, does he? You don't want to stand up to him. You don't want to stand up to him, do you, Hamby? I'll stand up to him.
No,
he has no idea how it works.
Yeah, that's my mistake because I've seen how the scrap houses ran. I just assumed when somebody comes into Ninja, you can actually see them come into Ninja. But that's my bad.
Yeah, don't assume.
I guess not. So what? So then we need like an invitation to see someone's in Ninja?
Well, when he's talking with us and pushing buttons to get the show started, yes. You have to unhide some things. We'll teach you. We'll teach you.
Oh, I don't know how it works. I know that you have to have a window up for the Ninja, and then you have to have a window up in terms of like when you share videos and everything. Casey showed me all that. My question is, how come I didn't pop up in the window?
Yeah, I don't know. You have to figure it out.
I guess so.
My question is, why didn't we know what we were doing until 10:03? That's a Liv thing. You look sweaty.
Yep. So far, I've burnt 725 calories.
Woo!
Heart rate's been up to 125, and I've carried 10-plus minute conversations with 3 people, which has not been the easiest thing to do. So I honestly, we have pretty much the entire offensive staff today is rocking hoodies and sweatpants, and they're running around and yelling. I don't know how they do it, honestly, man. I don't know how you can coach to the best of your abilities wearing what you're wearing right now.
I can't believe you're actually sweating that much, to be honest with you, because it's really, what people don't, the media usually hangs out in kind of near the Miller Electric Center, and it's in shade. And it really feels like it's 70 degrees over there today. Now, you're wearing a sweatshirt and sweatpants.
That's where I'm standing right now, and it feels very cool, yes. But I haven't been there all day, Brent. I've been in the sun.
Yeah, you went out to the end zones to go watch that far field. And what is the temperature difference, about 20 degrees?
Oh, I would say at least a piping 30 degrees, honestly. It feels a lot warmer in the sun than it does underneath the shade.
So what's the deal here? What did Liv come up with? This is a Liv concoction. What'd she get you to do?
Yeah, so this is like a science experiment, right? Because some of the coaches do make a habit of wearing sweatpants and sweatshirts even on hot days like this. So Liv wanted to see, number one, how much weight do you lose? And then can you do your job to your best of ability if you're mentally fatigued and everything? And I'm going to be honest. Yeah, she hasn't had a bead of sweat yet. She's just thriving. And you know me, man, I run hot, so I'm out here just trying to make it right now. Like, this is like fourth quarter, and I'm hanging by a thread, Brent.
So did you? So you guys weighed in? There's the picture of you two wearing sweat. You're the only people out there other than the coaching staff, and that's what Liv wanted to do. Like, hey, the coaching staff sweats through this, and the reason they do is because fat ball season is here, and so they're trying to get as much off as possible before the stressful season hits them with Twinkies and chips at midnight, right? Or celebratory beers later at night, maybe it is. But what did you guys weigh in at?
So I didn't get Liv's weight, but I weighed in at 237 this morning. And I just stepped on, because Liv, being Liv, is taking it super seriously. She brought a scale, and with all my like wet sweatpants on and everything, I'm at 238 right now. And then that's with like clothes. So once I get back to the studio, I'm going to weigh in. I probably dropped like 6 or 7 pounds, but not even exaggerating. I haven't had any water yet, I'm just trying to go, straight edge here, zero water, zero hydration, and see how we do.
Wow, I mean, don't pass out. You might need a little water in there. But
no, I mean, so far so good, Brent. They just had a team goal line period, and then they were playing "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor," that song, and then and I am not gonna lie, I kind of got hyped up a little bit. So I'm feeling a little bit lightheaded, but then I came to the shed to do the show, and I'm feeling fine again. So,
all right, hey, quick, but we'll get updates on your progress here, and then you'll end up back here, and Liv will probably stop in too. But what did you make of the goal line session? Was it live? I'm assuming, right?
It was definitely live. They made it so it was on the opposite side of the field. So me and Tom McManus, we kind of had to use our player card a little bit and get in the corner as soon as we could see what's going on. And definitely an advantage with offensive line, Brent. I think they've been having a pretty damn good day so far in terms of the O-line. I've been saying it, and I think it continues to be a little bit of a question right now until guys get healthy. But the interior part of the defense was a little porous from what I've seen during the team periods, and then the goal line as well, because I couldn't tell who the running back was, but he essentially just kind of walked in the end zone. There wasn't a lot of resistance there for him.
Well, listen, we were talking about the play to Parker Washington deep. This was before goal line.
Oh, yeah.
When I was still there. Beautiful throw by Trevor. Another one to Parker Washington. And I was with J.P. Shadrick, and we're just like, offensive bounce back day, because the defense had their way yesterday. And that's what happens, right, Austen? You've been in those rooms when you have a bad day, like the coaches kind of get after you, right? You come out with a little bit more intention to try to bounce back and not stack up bad days. Looks like the offense kind of had that talk and motivation today.
Yeah, it's funny, right? Because people want to make a big deal. Oh, the offense had a bad day. Trevor didn't have his best day and everything. And then today it's probably going to be, the defense didn't look physical today. Like, show me one training camp practice where both sides of the ball look excellent. Like, what would that look like?
Yeah.
It's not possible. So, yeah, Brent, this is the ebbs and flows of camp. It's going to be the teeter-totter effect. Offense is going to have some great days. Defense is going to have some great days. So far from what I've seen, the offense has had a great day so far, and it's been spearheaded by Parker Washington, who's had a couple nice touchdown catches as well today.
All right, let me finish with this, and then you guys can go sweat a little more. The idea that they're doing goal line and some of the stuff they're doing today, does that indicate to you, especially if they back it up tomorrow with another physical practice, that, hey, they're getting their work in here instead of the game on Saturday night?
Yeah, it's a great question, Brett. It's kind of the $1 million question right now. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely more of a physical practice today, which would maybe lead you to believe if they're playing on Saturday, you're not going to see a lot of the starters. But I also think that maybe Trevor Lawrence could play at least a series. And that's just a hunch. I have no inkling. I think that's what could happen. Because after that conversation yesterday, I went back and looked at Sean McVay's first year, because he was famously for being one of the very first coaches that said, we're not going to have any of our guys play in the preseason. So that would have been, I believe, 2017 was his first year, if I'm not mistaken, when he had Jared Goff still. It would have been the second preseason game. He started Jared Goff for a few series. It wasn't a long period, but he did play Jared Goff his first year in Los Angeles. So I don't know if there's something to that or not in terms of following that McVay coaching tree. I wouldn't be surprised if it's this game or the next game. I think we're going to see Trevor in some capacity, and I think we should see Trevor in some capacity in terms of going out there with that offense in the preseason game.
All right, good thought. And we can talk more about this when you get back. I use the word calm and quiet watching Trevor right now. Are those good words for him? The way he's processing, the way he looks?
Yeah, I mean, I think calm, collected. I honestly, I want to use the adjective poised. I think he looks poised where he's making crisp decisions. There's a few times during like the red zone period where maybe he held the ball a little too long and decided to run with it, and that's going to happen. Sometimes the defense gets the best of you and you're in practice, so you want to feel like you can extend the play even longer than you probably should. But overall, I would say poised, Brent.
All right, good word. That's a good word. All right, go sweat it out a little bit. We'll see. I think we'll check back in with you a bit. We have you talk. Hey, look, there's Duff. There's Duff. Good to see him. Hey, do you know that Mark Duffner, I was talking to him, he's 72 years old. Look at that guy. He looks awesome.
We literally had this conversation. He's like, Austin, you're looking good, man. You're so great. I go, I'm looking good. I'm just trying to be like you one day, man. You look great right now. So, yeah, he's still putting the work in, man. He still loves the game of football. He's out here. I'm sure he wishes Friday still coach, but we had a great conversation. He's out here laughing it up, man. It's good to see him.
All right. We'll see you back here in a little bit.
We'll see you soon.
All right. That is Austin Lane. But Mark Duffner, by the way, is former Jags linebacker coach, bounced around the league. He said to me, a really good guy, and he's been, like, even though he's bouncing around, like he was in Cincinnati last year, he lives still right here in Jacksonville, and that's why he's back, and he was going to practice yesterday and today, he said. So we'll see what he just wants to stay around it, because this is the first time in, he said, 50 years he hasn't been in a training camp, I think he said. 50 years. And that's unbelievable. And you could tell it's like bothering him. I was like, dude, come on, just go enjoy the fam, right? That's what I always say. 72. It's like he doesn't want to. He's like, he wants to be, not that he doesn't want to enjoy the fam, but he doesn't want to get away from it. Mm-hmm. And he looks great. Great guy. Great guy. Awesome. He was in Cincy last year. They had a tough year, obviously, on defense. Their staff got let go. But as I was talking to him, I was like, that was a weird year for you guys. And he said, but by the end of it, actually, we were playing pretty well. We had won 5 games in a row. Mm-hmm. Just obviously something had to change. Wasn't enough the way the league works. But 50 years and done maybe for Mark Duffner. 72. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm thinking in my mind, you always have weird conversation, like kind of like, all right, he's probably, I said, like, you look great. And I'm like thinking, he's probably like at this point, like mid-60s is what I was thinking, maybe 64. I was like, so how old are you? 72. I'm like, get out of here. 72. Like, he looks like he could run around that field, man. Yeah. These guys stay. It's kind of like one or the other, right? Some stay in really good shape throughout the time. Others kind of lose it because it's a stressful gig. And
that's why they're doing the sweatshirts.
That's why they do the sweatshirts. Seriously. I totally get that. Like, I get that. Like, at this time of year, I mean, it's hard. I know it's coming. I know the 10, 12 pounds are coming on, trying to get them off as quick as possible right now. And that's not me stressing over a win or a loss, but it happens to us even following the team. So I hear you. Maybe I should be wearing the sweatshirt too. They get so mad. Austen gets so mad about being in there.
He does.
They don't understand the mechanics. Like, see, I have way more respect for the mechanics of this thing.
I appreciate that.
I got your back.
I
take down the giant, or at least challenge him.
You got to, at least. I wanted to throw those headphones at the goalpost.
We'll have some fun with that. I think there's more coming from their sweating for science or science sweating experiment that's Liv's come up with. We'll see.
We'll see. We don't know.
I'm not surprised, though. Austen lose. I was surprised he was sweating. I was like, Liv, you picked a day where it's not even hot out. Like, to me, it's not hot out right now.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just, I mean, last week was hot.
Yeah.
And so I get what she was doing. But, I mean, it is, what is it? What's the temp right now in Jacksonville? Like, let's see, 83, 84. It's almost 20 degrees cooler than like last Monday.
Right.
And it doesn't feel hot to me. Now, of course, it's humid, right?
The feels like is 91.
The feel like was 116 at one time like 10 days ago.
Right.
And so, again, and then you're in the shade. I mean, I could have had a sweatshirt on today, and I felt like I wouldn't even have sweat. I'm sweating more in here because I'm drinking my coffee. Body temperature rises, man, when you drink the coffee. It does happen to me.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it definitely happens, yeah. I don't know if that's a thing. It's got to be a thing, right? Drink hot coffee, your temperature rises a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, that I've just worked myself into a tizzy this morning.
A tizzy? You got to outgrow that one.
Daniel, I don't know who was on the OL and DL. I'm not sure.
I can give you about 12 options on each.
Well, I mean, I think the first team, I don't really think this is that much of a mystery. Let me just say it. I have my... Walker Little.
Yep.
Ezra Cleveland.
Yep.
Hainsey.
Mm-hmm.
Either Macari or Adoba.
Or...
It's Adoba, right?
Adoga.
Chuma Adoga.
Yes.
What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of who's the receiver from Ohio State?
Abuka?
So
Yeah,
I get it confused. Like I'm trying to. The B's and the G's. Where are they?
Mm-hmm.
Adoga.
Yes.
So one of those two, and then Anton Harrison.
Right.
And then on the defensive side, I mean, I'm assuming there were ones versus ones. Obviously, you got Trayvon and Josh, and you got Devon Hamilton. You got Tyler Lacey right now playing that spot. So I don't think there's much of a mystery there. Armstead wasn't playing, and obviously Mason Smith was off to the side. So it's not a mystery, other than the right guard, depending on how much they want to get Macari work where he is health-wise and probably splitting some reps in there too, because it looks like that could be a battle. That could be on the lookout for a battle. It is only August 6th. I feel like camp started a bit earlier this year.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like just by a couple of days, like in my mind.
Sure.
I said this to Steph actually like a week ago. Usually when camp starts, it starts on a Wednesday or Thursday. You start on Thursday. Now it seems like it's starting on a Wednesday. And it's that last part of July. So you finish off the month of July, and by the week into camp, you're flipping the calendar to August. Well, not this time. They started on the 23rd, so you actually got a whole week of July.
Right.
Then it flipped after the whole first week. So I think that is it messes with my mind because August 6th, I mean, we're literally more than a month away from the start of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And what else has changed with the 3 preseason games is that gap between the last game. Again, this isn't new. I'm just saying from a mental clock standpoint, when I covered it for 20 years one way, and then your mental clock is different because that last game on the 23rd, now there's this real big, there's a 2-week gap. It used to be like a 10-day, 11-day gap, 12-day gap maybe. Mm-hmm. But that 14, 15-day gap makes a difference in my mental clock. I don't know if it does for everybody else, but it does with me. Stephen, happy birthday, man. Don't know how old. Oh, there you go. 86. August 6th, 1986. Mets, Red Sox. I'm trying to duplicate it this year with my picks. Mets and Red Sox in the World Series.
39.
Yeah, next year's a big one. Do you think Stephen will go do something extravagant on the 40th birthday? Is he that guy? Let's guess.
I'm going to say no. I say he might go next year to the Jags preseason game and have an ale or two. That's what his version.
Yeah, so he's not going to some big, I got to go celebrate my 40th birthday.
No, that's
I feel like he might not be that guy, although he did bring up his birthday.
He did.
So if he brought up his own birthday, he might be that guy.
Maybe he is. More power to him. But I'm going to say he's still more of a chiller. He's closer to your side of the scale than Liv's.
Okay.
That's our scale on this show.
Yeah, that's a good scale to be on. How about you? You got 30 and 40. 30. Nobody celebrates 30.
No.
Right?
I got 25 this year. I feel old.
25. Yeah, that's not one you really celebrate.
No.
40 I can see, although that seems like it's moved a little bit too. But what the hell? If you want to celebrate 40, go. I know a buddy that went to Bachman actually went with him. Went to Pebble Beach for his 40th. Actually, I think I know 2 people that went to Pebble Beach for their 40th. So it was a big deal to them to do that. Like, I have not had. I just was talking to Steph about it recently. I was like, hey, we're going to be 50 in a couple years. Like, is that a big deal? Are we doing something? Like, are we supposed to do it? I'm like, I don't really think so. Like, I'm not doing anything. Like, I don't need a surprise party. Don't throw me one, Hamby.
No.
I don't think that's happening.
I could see myself.
But 50 does feel like a nice number. Like,
Yeah,
I can see you celebrate. I'm not criticizing it. I'm just saying I don't think I'll celebrate it.
I could see myself doing something just to have an excuse to get buddies together, but almost just like forget it's my birthday.
Yeah, I see that.
Let's just go hang out.
I see that.
And we can use the birthday as an excuse to hang out.
Cheaper insurance, and you can rent a car. That's
I can rent a
asinine,
car now.
by the way.
In most states, 24.
Oh, it's 24 what, to rent a car?
In some states, I've been able to.
Oh, is that moved?
I think so.
Isn't that kind of dumb?
Yeah.
How about an Airbnb? Can you rent an Airbnb at 22, 3, 4?
No.
You going to be 25?
I don't know. I don't know what the age is, so I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure when we got one the other day, my brother did it for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't get that. I mean, I kind of get the Airbnb. Like, if I was a house owner, if I owned an Airbnb, I'm like, keep the 21-year-olds out.
Well, yeah.
Right? Like,
Keep the
I
fat
could
stars
see
out.
that. Because you're bringing on some risk there. Not all 21-year-olds are going to break stuff and do everything else. I get it.
Right.
But you are bringing some risk on for some stupidity.
Right.
25, I do feel like it's different. I don't feel like you're bringing as much stupidity. Now, you can.
So here's
Depends your buddies, but...
Here's my next question, though. If we're going to have a couple of years let's go take the rent a car. If you can't do it when you're young because there's risks, there should be an age cap. Once you pass 75, that rate's going to shoot up more. And once you get to 80, 85, maybe we're cutting you off. Brent, a lot of the olds are struggling nowadays. We talked, what was that, yesterday, of taking away the car?
Yeah. My father-in-law's 91. Just got his license renewed. Might go get a new car.
My grandpa could drive till he was that age, but I know a lot of that. Not a good idea.
But like I think I said 24 on my little tweet here. It's 25. But yeah, like that's a tough thing. I do think that's a tough thing because the problem is when you get a little older, and I'm not there, but I'm just saying being around old, you don't want to take away things from people.
Right.
Now, sometimes you got to step in. The one thing I'll say, like my father-in-law doesn't drive in the dark. So like even when they drive or like a long trip, they came to New York, they'll drive like 2 days to make a 6-7 hour trip because
they'll try to avoid
the stay when it's light out, you know? So, yeah, I don't understand the 25-year-old car, the thing. That doesn't make sense to me. But are your parents done with you now? From like an insurance standpoint, is that what else happens at 25? Or does that happen earlier?
For me, I think I did it at the beginning of this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're off them.
Yeah.
They're done with you.
Wise. For
yeah.
Sure.
All right. Let's take a break. Talk about rental cars and Airbnbs a little bit later. I thought I had something else for you. I'll think about it. There's something else on my mind. Something stupid like that. Random thought of the day.
Okay.
I love random thoughts. Big believer in them. We'll get back to Trevor Lawrence. He's rocking and rolling. Oh, look at this. We got a full screen made up for the show. It is on Fox 30 this weekend, by the way, Saturday. We hope the starters play on Fox 30.
Pre-game and the game.
That's right. Pre-game might outdo the game if the starters aren't playing. I'm kidding. You're watching Saturday night, live from Everbank, Steelers, Jags, and we'll be there for it at 6:30 with countdown to kickoff. And then 7 o'clock, I'll be on the sidelines, Brian Sexton, Bucky Brooks, and we'll be in the booth. And then post-game coverage from really like 10 o'clock all the way to 11 with our Action News Jacks mixed in, and really until midnight because we have Action Sports Jacks primetime, 10:30 to 11 on Fox 30 and 11:30 to 12 on CBS 47. All right, we'll be back. Talk more Jags. Trevor Lawrence looking good on a Wednesday practice. Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jag Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Oh. Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why gutter helmet?
Well, gutter helmet is truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of the filters, which requires maintenance. With gutter helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With gutter helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show. Liam Cohen asked if he was going to play the starters this Saturday yesterday after the practice, said it was still undecided. And Brent, that got me thinking. Let me look at the ticket sales and the ticket prices for this upcoming game. How much does sales really care? It's a preseason game.
Well, you'd like
at
to
the
sell
same
tickets.
time. You'd like to sell tickets, and it's the only home preseason game that we've got. So the average, the lowest thing I was seeing was about $35 to $38 for the nosebleeds. And my gut reaction, and I was talking with Action News Jack's anchor Phil Amato this morning.
Phil, what's up?
He thought that was pretty good.
What was the number again?
38 was the number we kept seeing for as the lowest.
That's the lowest one.
The lowest. I didn't think that was all that good. I thought that's pretty high.
I thought it was high. I think it's high.
Yeah.
You know, so what depends what you look at, right? Like if you're the Jags, you're like, hey, if that's the low price, that's pretty good. If you're a fan, you're like, well, I thought I could get one for $12.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
but that's what you're saying.
And even in the those were in the 400s. I'm seeing hundreds of dollars in the lower bowls.
Does that mean we're going to see a lot of Pittsburgh fans?
Well, that's my first question. My big question is, not that I'm going to be the conspiracy guy. There is an advantage for not saying whether the starters are going to play or not.
Well, that's true too. That is true.
If they would have come out like the Rams, there's no way that the Rams could ever charge anybody $100 for a preseason ticket. First of all, there's just so much more to do in LA. And second of all, if you know the starters aren't playing, I'm not going to pay $100 to see Stetson Bennett go play a half of football.
Yeah.
So,
Mr. Hugo, you couldn't pay me $38 to go to a preseason game. Yes, I could. Yes, I could. I will give you $38 if you go to the preseason game.
Oh, there you go, Mr. Hugo.
There you go.
Do we know if Mr. Hugo is a local?
I don't know. By the way, I got to get, just before I forget, get this thing out of my way. It's like, I'm like, I'll be a good boxer eventually because like I can't see through that damn mic thing. Steven says, it was his birthday, by the way, said, show's awesome. Thank you. Been watching Action Sports Jack since 2011, the only show even before Hick got there. Yeah, he didn't bring anybody over. Appreciate you watching. We got to get, I think we got to get Steven a shirt or something.
Okay.
So, Steven, I don't know how email us, sports@actionnewsjacks.com. Send me your address. While we're at it, Hamby's Burner, I don't know. I was actually thinking of this last night. Hamby's Burner, I was thinking of you last night.
Uh-oh.
Because I was like, I tried to give Shock Your Mock shirts that I gave out, and I think I hit everybody. But Hamby's Burner, every time I tried to ask him, I think for a shirt size, I think I got kicked back his email. And I was thinking about that last night for some reason. So I don't know if he changed his email or whatever, because he had won something earlier a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And so I had it. So anyway, Hamby's Burner, if you didn't get a Shock Your Mock shirt, let me know. And then you got to get me the right email address. So sports@actionnewsjacks.com for Steven and Hamby's Burner. There we go. I had to take care of some business.
Not a baby. Mr. Hugo says he lives in Middleburg.
Middleburg? It's a little bit of a hike for a preseason game, not going to lie.
That's doable.
Middleburg's booming out there, isn't it? Yeah. A lot of growth. I haven't been out in Middleburg in a while. Fine. I'll keep my $38. Yeah. It's like great. It's like I'm paying people to go to Jags games now. What are we doing here? I got enough money going out. Yeah, I don't know where we're going with this. I thought 38 would be pretty. I thought it would be lower. Right, I think by the time we get to the game, it will be lower. I think for a preseason game. Yeah. But you bring up an interesting point to me because I'm really conflicted on where the fan base is on this football team. And here's the reason why. We go all the way back to the bulky stuff. And when he was staying, that mess of a Zoom call. And it was like, whoa. People were getting out, like legit getting out. That was a real thing. And that was a problem for this Jags organization.
Yep.
Okay, they pivot. And the pivot was good. Then Liam Cohen, yeah. Then Gladstone. Right? Baselli on top of that.
Yeah.
All this stuff.
Then Travis Hunter.
So I'm like, in our world, and I always try to think about this now, our world is not the entire Jacksonville world. The grocery store test and the Twitter test are two different things. That's what I always say. And that's where I'm conflicted right now.
Yeah.
Going into this season, I think the Jags rallied in the offseason from, let's just say, a ticket and momentum standpoint. Absolutely had to rally from where they were on, I think it was January 6th. But I don't know what that means. The schedule at home is okay.
Right.
Obviously,
I think it's good.
What's that?
I'd say good.
Carolina's not a great it's been better in the last couple of years. Like Carolina,
I don't know if it even matters for your season opener, though. So you almost get
that's my point.
bypassed.
So let's just go there, though. Does it matter for the season opener?
It doesn't matter who you're playing.
I got a thing the other day from, hold on, let me get it. I got a thing after the scrimmage, because I'm a season ticket holder for Steph and Ty.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to try to find it.
I just got to think that people who are fans don't care whether it's Carolina, the Giants, the Chiefs. Like, it doesn't matter. It's your first opportunity to see a regular season game in 8 months.
I think you're right, but I don't know if you're right. So here's what I got on behalf of all us Jacksonville Jaguars. Thanks for attending 2025 Stadium Scrimmage. As an additional thank you for attending, we would like to offer you 40% off tickets for the Jags home opener against the Carolina Panthers on Sunday, September 7th. When selecting your tickets, click the unlock button, enter the code. Bop, 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 bop. I don't know if everybody can enter that code, so I'm not going to do it.
Steven definitely isn't.
That kind of hit me like,
Yeah, if you're offering 40% off of your season opener this close to the game.
Again, now, they're not going to need to do that for the Monday Night Football game.
Sure.
Right? But the Chiefs are going to bring some.
Right.
See, the problem with the early games, Carolina ain't bringing much.
Nobody.
And Houston doesn't bring anybody. So that's the next home game. And then after that, Seattle will bring a contingent. We'll see where the Jags are at that time. But that's the whole thing. We'll see where the Jags are at. That's what this season is going to be like. And I think it's like 22. That's what that was like.
Right.
And you built momentum, and then everybody came. But first of all, the season ticket folks and the salespeople and everybody else, but even this Jags football team is going to they're going to have to deal with a little bit of that. You felt a lot of the momentum and excitement. You have been selling out, they sell out that draft, that rookie camp practice. They sell out or are been sold out of a lot of camp practices. Now that part's over. The scrimmage had a nice crowd, 10, 11,000.
Yeah, that's good.
Pretty good crowd. Now listen, they got 40,000 in Buffalo. It's different right now. Like, that's different. But
at their scrimmage?
Yeah.
Good gosh.
40,000. So I think there will be. I think there's good hype. I'm just trying to wrestle with it in my own mind. I think there's more hype within this group than the Publix group. Is my point. That's what I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a knock on anybody. I'm just being a realist. So I don't think the stadium's going to be empty. By the way, and I hope not. Golly, man. I mean, come on. I mean, really, there should be some momentum. In my opinion, and I'm not calling on anybody out. It's up you do what you want to do. I'm just saying there should be momentum. You got a new stadium on the horizon, and you've got all this new stuff. And I don't think it's a bad football team.
Yeah.
Now, I know it's coming off bad stuff. Again, I get it. But I think, like, I would be as a fan, and I'm not you because I come from a different view, excited to see this team. And I kind of can do that with my kid and my wife. My wife likes going to the games too. And they went to the scrimmage. I'm like, what are you doing?
They were?
Oh, yeah, they went to the scrimmage. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Like, sorry, Jags, they're not going to like this part. But I'm like, I just wouldn't go to the scrimmage. There's no way in hell I would go to the scrimmage. And I know that sounds bad. Jags probably going to get mad at me. Good for you guys that went. And it was a fun night. But it's like, it's 500 degrees out. And it's a practice. I seriously said to Steph and Tom, like, why don't you go to a training camp practice and sit under the fans in the shade? So anyway, that's just me versus them. Good for you guys. There's 80,000 of you that want to go. And again, they're going to have to I don't know if the construction will turn people off a little bit. Like, I'm not sure that. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I actually think that's exciting. Like, to me, that's one of the most exciting things. Not that you have to go, sit through traffic and do all that part.
Video and the cranes moving around.
Yeah, but I think that's really exciting. Like, I do. As someone who's been in Jacksonville and has been around this team and this franchise, like, to see this construction in motion is an exciting thing for me.
I think you're alone in that.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not excited about the stadium? You're not excited about seeing downtown get built up a bit, cranes being like, again.
Yeah, I can
get over it probably after 2 times, but I'm just saying, like, I was
check
excited.
That box when I'm driving down the road.
No, but it was different. That's my point. It was different when you got inside the stadium. For me, I hadn't been inside the stadium in a while.
Yeah, it was different.
And when you got in there, like, I was like, holy cow, they got all this.
A single additional ticket.
I'm not saying this is a ticket. Well, my point on that was I prefaced it with, will it keep people away? And to me, like, that part, if I'm like going to a game and I'm not going to the game because they're doing construction.
Depends on if how it impacts parking.
Well, I think my point is I'm not for like the Carolina game, maybe the Houston game. I could get to a point where it's like, okay, I'm not doing this tonight.
Yeah.
Right? I could get there. But for early on, that might just be me. And it sounds like it might just be me. I'm just saying I'm not turned off by it.
Yeah.
And you do have to put your patient hat on now. There's a lot going on down there, and it's not normal. Mm-hmm. But everybody signed up for that.
Right.
And the Jags have been very transparent about that.
Right.
For it's going to be a little bit of a process the next couple of years.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. So
let me address. Hemi's Burner says we need Travis calling the troops, calling all streamers to Duval.
Oh, that's what he was saying. I was trying to figure out what the hell he was talking about, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Here's where I come in on this. Travis is going to draw fans, and he's going to bring fans, and he's going to draw a lot of eyes.
Yes. And conversation.
But the majority of fans there are people that are fans of Travis Hunter. Obviously. Right? Through the YouTube, through the social media. Those people are not coming to games. For the most part. Some will. But I think we might overload a little bit.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Most of those people are high school and college. They have no money. Right? They're just not in a position to be able to do that. They're not grown adults who are able to go buy a season ticket, who are going to come because of Travis Hunter. Now, they might have been a Jags fan already, and now there's more excitement because of Travis Hunter and it adds, but you're not going to get somebody who was all out and because of Travis Hunter is now all in. You're trying to get the fan who has gone to a handful of games in the past to come back to see him.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that's a very valid point. Basically, I just put out how many tickets will Travis Hunter sell, or is his following just too young? Because now it's like, hey, mom and dad. I saw a bunch of kids. I tweeted this out.
You're trying to get the 10-year-old who wants the jersey for Christmas, and who wants to go to a game for like.
I think that kid's coming now.
Yeah, I think so too.
The beauty of Travis, I think, it's a great point. This will be fun to watch. Travis Hunter is probably a little bit like the Jags were in the 90s when they first arrived. So my point being, and when they're good, 2017, 2022, and things are exciting. Well, that's about it recently. So what I mean by that is, when the Jags get a team in the 90s, I'm not here for it, but when they get a team, my guess is everything, I always use the elementary school or middle school. The elementary school or middle school, everybody's wearing teal. Everybody's wearing Jag stuff. You got whatever. You got, hey, we're going to do a Jags teal day on Friday or lunch or whatever, like all that. I think Travis Hunter's arrival in Jacksonville is going to impact that crowd, win or lose. I think you're going to walk into elementary schools. You could walk into elementary schools and middle schools last year and walk in this year. And without even playing a game, I think you're going to see a lot more of what you just said. I think you're going to see a lot of 12 jerseys. And because of that relation, maybe even 16 jerseys, even though there's a lot of those sold. But you're going to see a lot more people wearing teal at that age.
Sure. At
10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old. Because that's the thing with this guy. Like, that's the crowd. He's 22. He's got the 14-year-old, the 12-year-old. Like, it's big with them. But it's a good point. Those kids aren't buying tickets. Like, they've got to tug at mom and dad to go buy tickets. Mom and dad still want to bring them. And when mom and dad want to bring them, it's usually like, hey, here's your birthday present or whatever. It's not necessarily, hey, we're going to go to 9 games.
Right.
So it's a good point, and it's not a problem for the Jags. I think what it does, and this is where my equation goes back to the 90s, is sooner or later you get like a generation that does get old enough to buy tickets. That might take some 10 years. Like by the time he retires, now you got more lifelong Jag fans.
Right.
Just like you did. We talked about that for years and years when I first got to town. So, yeah, it's kind of it'll be a fascinating study. I think he really does impact that group. Now, we know what this winning impacts every group.
Right.
So that would be fine. And listen, I'm not trying to tell you the Jags have a problem here. I'm just interested and don't know. I don't know where they are season ticket wise or compared to last year or 2 years ago, wherever else. I just know there's excitement around this football team from the folks we interact with on a daily basis or being around the team. Like, there's a lot to like.
Right.
Like, I'm bullish on this team. I'm excited about this team.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily know if I walk into Publix this afternoon and get a little chicken and wild rice soup or something.
Ooh.
I like it over there at soup. And ask people, and they'll be like, yeah, we'll see. We'll be watching. Like, definitely watching.
You ever had the cornbread at Publix?
Yeah, not bad.
Slaps.
Yeah, pretty good.
Wildly
They take
underrated.
the soup down a little too early for me because I like to eat a little later.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Mac and cheese, too. They do it well.
Get me hungry. Hibby's Burner says that's what Mojo did for me as a kid. That's a very good point. Yeah, Mojo, I don't know, but Mojo, I think Mojo he probably impacted that group. I think he also impacted a lot of other, like your age now group because of fantasy football.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he really impacted like the 35, 45, 50, because at that time, if you go back to 2007, 8, 9, 10, I don't think...
He didn't have any celebrity outside of the field.
Well, he did. Well, yeah, you're right. But he did on the fantasy front.
Of course.
But the fantasy front, to me, at that time, was still an under 30-year-old's game.
100%.
Probably. Now it's an everybody's game.
Yeah.
It's men, it's women, it's 55-year-olds, it's everybody.
Right.
But Mojo was one of the most national guys that ever existed in Jacksonville because of his fantasy football prowess.
Yep.
It hit right at the right time. Him scoring touchdowns for you to help you win your fantasy league. At the time, fantasy was getting hot and becoming a thing. It's really kind of a cool thing. Like, it's wild to look back on it, but that was it. That was part of it. And he was a personality now. Like, he would say stuff. He wasn't dry.
Right.
Like, he was a fun guy to be around.
But it's just not on the anywhere type of level.
No, Trevor actually is the closest thing to the level of brand that Travis has. But the personality's totally different. The following's totally different.
Right.
And that's okay, too. Again, these aren't criticisms. It's just what it is. So I think it's going to be fun to watch Travis Hunter. And from that standpoint, like, there's so many tentacles to that young man. And, of course, he's got to be a good player. But the better he is early, the more that wave gets impacted. And it'll be fun to watch. Fun to see how that goes. Let's do this. Let's stay on time. Take a break and come back and get a little more thoughts from practice and also how much weight Austen Lane lost. He enters the studio. He had his thoughts on maybe this Travis Hunter conversation. More on Trevor Lawrence. I think we have, what else do we have today? What did I say? Tank Bigsby? Yeah, Tank Bigsby conversation. And Walker Little. How about that? Good day for the offense out at Jags practice. We'll give you all those headlines in the Republic Services RecyclingSimplified.com headlines of the day. That's coming up at noon. And don't forget, tomorrow we are going to be at Mason's Famous Lobster Rolls in the town center. Maybe I'll buy some folks some lunch. Not everybody. I got $38 to spend because I know now Mr. Hugo's not coming to the game from Middleburg.
Stephen.
No, that was Mr. Hugo.
Oh, was it?
And so we'll be over there at the town center tomorrow, 10 to 1 with the show. So come on by, stop over for some lunch with us at Mason's Famous Lobster Roll. If you're looking for it exactly, check out masonslobster.com. They've also got a location in Durban and also in Fernandina Beach.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with the inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If four wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
The moment you bite into a Mason's famous lobster roll, nothing is the same. Suddenly, it's 5 a.m., and you're boarding a lobster boat in Maine, heading out to check your traps, keeping only the best, just like it's been done for nearly a century. Because you can't taste lobster this good without it changing you for good. Mason's famous lobster rolls from the waters of Maine.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Hey, John Gruden yesterday at practice for the Jacksonville Jaguars along with Tom Coughlin. I think that's Daniel Murphy right there as well. And Jeff Lageman jumping in the fray. Mark Duffner behind. My goodness, everybody is out there yesterday. NFL Network's here today, by the way, Tom Pelissero. And Gruden looks good. You know, his brother Jay Gruden is still in Jacksonville, as far as I know. Last check, he was still in Jacksonville. What do you think, get Jay Gruden on the show? I thought that would be kind of fun.
I love that.
I think it would be good. He ain't afraid to say stuff either.
Yeah.
I saw Malarkey out there today.
Oh, yeah?
Speaking of. I saw him. I did not talk to him. He was busy talking to people, so I didn't interrupt him. But I feel like I've thought about that a couple times, getting Jay Gruden on. I'd like to have Malarkey on more. All these coaches that we have in town, I mean, use their expertise a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Got a lot cooking these days. We got a lot happening. That is Austen Lane right there. You look skinny.
I feel skinny. I feel skinny, Brent. Whew. Really excited. Shout out to everyone in the bathroom for what seemed like 20 minutes. So I couldn't get in there to use the scale. But
they look skinny too
man,
now.
I'm sure they're skinny. Yeah. Yeah. So
I love this show sometimes. I don't know if anybody else does, but I do.
I ended up losing 5 pounds, Brent. 5
that what it
pounds
was?
total. Yep. I'm down to 32 pounds right now.
So 5 pounds from what was that, like 9 o'clock this morning until now?
8:45 till now, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Liv's not back yet.
Nope.
So
which don't want to speak for her. She may have gained some because she's drinking water and she didn't sweat at all. So I don't know.
Gained weight.
We'll see. I'm very curious to what happened with her because I didn't see one bead of sweat. She's like, oh well, you can't see it, but I'm sweating. Like my sweatshirt's warm. I'm like, okay. Meanwhile, Brent, I'm just drenched, soaking through.
I saw it. I was leaving. I was like, he's starting to sweat through it.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Hugo, I'd rather drive all the way out of town center for a free lobster roll than go to the preseason game. Come on by. I'll buy you one. Come on by tomorrow between 10 and 1. Don't come at 10 in the morning.
I was going to say, do they open at 10?
I don't think they open at 10. I think they open at 11. But we get in there a little early.
Yeah.
But between 11 and 1 tomorrow, come on by. I'll buy you one, Mr. Hugo. For sure. Especially if you're driving from Middleburg. Might buy you and a buddy one. How's that? So the weight challenge, the sports science here on the Brent and Austen show. And so you got some respect for those guys that wear that stuff, huh?
I have some respect, but also I'm raising some concern a little bit because once again, like it was not comfortable, and it's one thing just to be standing out there, but to be blowing a whistle, running around, getting in guys, you know what? Like I don't know how they do it to have like that clear of head because I was chatting with McManus for a little bit. I'm like, man, I'm. Yeah, we'll see.
Great idea, Liv.
We'll see, yeah, interior defensive line. We'll see, like just the kind of the same old thing. So, yeah.
If anything, right now, we would like you to put on weight and maybe go play for Eric Armstead in the
yeah, didn't obviously see him again up there today. Kind of asked around a little bit, and to be fair, nobody really knows what's going on. So, I don't have to say, man.
This is going to become a thing, right? I was thinking this. I was thinking, all right, do we do this tomorrow? This right now? Screw it. I'll do a little bit of it right now. I was thinking, if you've been out there 3 different times. We've obviously been out there a bunch. We've got 2 weeks of camp, essentially. Today is Wednesday? Yeah, we got 2 weeks of camp.
Yep.
Gosh, it feels like it's been longer than that. We got a scrimmage. So I was thinking in that commercial break, how do we feel a month out? We're literally a month out tomorrow. That's why I was thinking to save it till tomorrow. But I'm starting to feel good about Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
And this isn't just off today, but you got Friday, you got today, you got some things. Like, he looks the part. I don't care what the numbers are. He's not throwing 8 picks a practice. Like, there's all that stuff. He just looks comfortable. And I think 2 weeks into a camp with a new system, new coach, all that stuff, based off what they said about the quiz and what they're saying, like, I think they're pretty comfortable with him. So I feel pretty good about Trevor. Fair or not, I don't want to over-dramatize it. I just feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about their offensive line, where they're at overall, based, again, on the last week. And I feel really good about Trayvon Walker and Josh Hines-Allen. Like, really good, and I don't want to say it too loud. My goodness, I'm buying. I'm buying on big years.
Scream it from the mountaintops, though, right? Because I think we all see it. It's not like, it's not like you got to say, I don't want to like jinx it. Like, that's probably the position right now that you feel the best about.
Yeah, I would say. I'm not even going to get to the Travis Hunter. Like, I like what I see out of Travis Hunter, but I'm just not like over the moon yet about Travis Hunter. And then there's a negative thing here. The negative thing is, I don't like this whole Armstead situation. I don't get it. Nobody seems to know, to your point, really what's going on. There's a bad vibe around it. This looks like a disaster in Jacksonville for Eric Armstead. And yeah, we can sit here and you can blame Trent Baalke all you want, but the bottom line is that doesn't help you. Like, you want it to help you. So, I mean, if I take those 4 points right now, that's how I feel. I could get into a million more things, okay? But I'm just saying right now in my mind, a month out from the year, I feel good about Trevor. I feel pretty good about this offensive line. And I feel really good about 44 and 41. And I just don't feel good about the Armstead situation. Forget about the tackle spot right now in the Mason Smith stuff. That you could layer on top of it. But it's really more about this. Like, I don't like these vibes from the fan. Get him out of here. But no, I don't want that. I want him to be ready to play and play well and help this football team. That's how you are more successful this year. Not being mad at Eric Armstead. Right? So, but it's a weird deal, Austen. I don't like it.
Yeah. So, first of all, what I do like from what I've seen from the team so far, I do agree with you that Trevor seems comfortable pending a brand new offensive scheme. I think a pretty much more complicated scheme. And it seems like he's right at home, the first couple weeks of training camp. It's what you want to see. Now, is that going to carry over to the regular season where it's live bullets? Time will tell. But so far, so good. What I like the most, what I've seen so far, and this is on both sides of the ball, they seem to be bought in. Classic example. Today, Parker Washington had a great practice. They're doing team red zone period. Trevor hits him probably kind of 10, 15 yard out. Touchdown. In the past, I've seen when he gets a touchdown, all right, maybe if there's fans there, they're cheering on. Maybe a wide receiver next to him is giving him a high five, and then it's back to the line. I saw every single offensive lineman that took part in that drill run to the end zone, give him a high five, give him a pound, whatever, a fist bump, and then run back to the huddle. And this happened on a bunch of occasions. I've seen defenders, when they knock down a ball, whether it's defensive line, linebackers, go up to the secondary guy and give him a high five. Give him some props. I hadn't seen that before in a Jaguars practice, especially in training camp, especially when it's, 85, 90 degrees outside, everyone's sweating their ass off, and you're ready for practice to be done. I was, and I wasn't even running around. So I think there's something to be said for that, where it seems like these guys have each other's backs right now, more than I've maybe ever seen before, at least, from the past regime at practice.
Good observation.
Now, once again, does that carry over to the season? If they start having a slide and they start losing some games, does that go away? I don't know. But right now, the identity is, it seems like each guy in that locker room has each other's back and they want to celebrate each other. Great to see. Now, to the Armstead thing. Yeah, I'm with you, Brent. I don't know what's going on with Armstead. I don't want to sit here and question a back injury. I don't want to sit here and say because once again, that doesn't help you win football games. The reason to win football games right now is for Eric Armstead to be healthy, to fill in that 3 gap or the 3 technique, and let him do his thing. That's how you win football games. Because right now, with Mason Smith out, with other guys out, it ain't gonna happen.
So we agree on that. I like what you said about I don't know how you would label it, camaraderie, chemistry, vibe. Kind of into the vibe thing.
The vibe thing?
I like
vibes are big still, I guess.
I feel like I use that word a lot lately.
Vibes? Well, yeah, man. Vibe check.
It's not really like a 48-year-old guy's word.
Definitely not, bro.
It's keeping me young.
That's cool.
But I kind of like it because, and here's why I like it. That goes back to the word juice, which I think was a big off-season thing, bigger than most people probably would think. It sounds kind of superficial in a way. Like it's about playing football and tackling people and beating people up, basically, and getting the football and scoring touchdowns. I get it, but I do think there's something to this current team when Cohen came in that they identified juice as a thing, which then goes to vibe and all that stuff. And right now, we heard it from Devin Lloyd yesterday late in the show. He was talking about it. We know Travis Hunter brings it, all that stuff. But one of the things that Cohen said, like there was a study he brought up. Do you remember that? Where he's talking about, I think it was the Celtics team or something, how many times they had high-fived each other.
I haven't heard this.
Like physical high-fiving that helped with the connectivity of a team.
Yeah.
Like there's like, you did sports science on your weight today. There's like science on that, like from a sports psychology standpoint. And for you to see that, I thought is an interesting observation. I haven't really looked at that. I probably should have based on that. So I like that you really brought that up. And again, these things, they add up. I don't know what it means. We'll see all this stuff. Like, this is a great time to be over dramatic about anything. We're not even really trying to be over dramatic. It's just trying to be realistic about what we see. I think the only drama-filled one that I have is really like, I do think Trayvon Walker and Josh Hines-Allen look really damn good.
Sure.
And I hope that, and we know that they have that game. I think the bigger one is Trayvon, because I think people are sleeping on Trayvon. I just don't feel like they're talking about him. And I think Trayvon is nipping at the heels of a Josh Hines-Allen kind of season. Mm-hmm. I really do. Mm-hmm. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's not a knock on Josh or anything. I think they both could have really big years.
So going back to just like the energy and then the vibe, as you call it, maybe that should be like the slogan for this year, instead of we move or it's always the Jags. Hey, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Hey, about the season. I don't know, man. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's going to be the slogan. Yeah. I can see, like, I'm Trevor Lawrence. It's a vibe.
Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network. It's a vibe.
Commercial. But I remember I spoke on this last year a little bit.
Making a shirt.
There we go.
When's the clothing line happening?
Come on.
Add that to the list, Brent.
Had it.
Come on. So I spoke on this last year a little bit about Doug Peterson. And I was a big proponent of the energy in a press conference. And I get it. It's just questions after a game, right? But the way you present yourself is a reflection on your team. And we saw from Doug Peterson, who didn't really have the answers. And then how did that echo when you interviewed the players, Brent? They didn't have answers either. So this is almost like a complete 180 where it's now like you see Liam Cohen. I didn't hear the whole thing with the Boston Celtics, but it makes sense now looking back on it, where he's talking about high-fiving, celebrating each other. Well, you're seeing a team that's been reached with that, and now they're all gravitating and essentially taking the coaching and doing that. Right? So to me, it's refreshing to have a team that is trying to mirror their coach, maybe in a more positive way, as opposed to a team last year who was, for a sense of the word, kind of felt sorry for themselves, didn't have any answers, and they were mimicking the coach.
Yeah, well, I think you brought up, but you said the words, I believe, when you were talking about this in your list, and it's like buy-in. Mm-hmm. Right? So the buy-in is there. And I think we could argue, and we did this right at camp, right at the outset, that we said, I'm not sure where the buy-in is in totality last year, even if you really went back and put yourself in the first couple of practices where this team was on Ryan Nielsen. I thought the buy-in was there for Doug and stuff. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I didn't think that. I just think in hindsight you could say, really was the buy-in there on early?
Sure.
So, and I don't think really want the buy-in to be there.
Well, yeah, but Brent, let's ask the question. Is the buy-in there from Eric Armstead last year when you're playing out of position? Is the buy-in there from Josh Allen when you put on a bunch of weight and you're probably not feeling your best? Like,
all of them.
It's one thing to listen to a coach and try to do what he asks of you, but it's another thing to actually show up to camp, 15 pounds of muscle, whatever you want to call it, and you're not feeling like yourself. It's hard to buy in then.
It's slapping each other's ass is still a thing in football. I think it's still a thing in sports, yeah. Quite frankly, I do. I think patting the guy on the behind is still a thing in sports. That happens, right? As much as fist bumps. And
I was never big into that. And I'm going to be honest. I can say in my entire...
I actually think I was on the bench quite a bit, so guys coming in from the dugout. From the field.
I can say in my entire college to pro career, I never got one butt slap in.
Really?
I just never...
Well, it is an odd thing, actually, if you think about it, and it's
I'm more
isolated.
Like, I'm more like, the shoulder pad on like right there, like, let's go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a common thing.
Oh, dude, it's so common.
Where was that born?
It's so common. Oh, this goes back to like...
Oh, I know, way back.
Way back, man.